New into stock, we have a BMW 3 Series 3 litre 325i M Sport convertible. It's a 2011 on a 60 plate. It's done 60,525 miles. Fuel economy is urban 26.6, extra-urban 44.8, combined 35.8, 0 to 60 time of 8.1 seconds, top speed of 151 miles per hour out of a 218 brake horsepower 24 valve engine. 6 months road tax 137.50 and 12 months is 250. It has a really cool feature which I'll just demonstrate to you now. It never ceases to amuse me. So you can open it from the remote. It's got 5 twin spoke alloys. We've just had them refurbished, so they're as new. Folding door mirrors. The tin top folds away, but you've still got a reasonable amount of luggage space underneath there. This tray folds down to make sure you've got enough room for the hood to come down without your groceries or luggage getting crushed. I've got 2 camera bags, a tripod and a few other things in there that fit in reasonably nicely. You'd probably get 2 small carry-on suitcases in there with the hood folded down, but of course when you're travelling, hood's up and you've got all the boot space. I'll just take you for a ride in it. I'll list the service history in the description. Just take you for a quick drive in it. So we've got black Dakota leather sport seats. It's got 2-position memory seats. Gosh, that's going in an unfortunate position. Put that back window up. It's automatic with paddle shift. You can also use it as a semi-automatic by knocking the gear selector across and just changing up and down like so. That's in manual, put it back in auto. Eye control here, we've got sat nav, it's got Bluetooth hands-free, also Bluetooth audio streaming. Sounds like the seatbelt's just rattling there. And perhaps the camera, to be honest, there's no normal headrest mount on these BMs, so I've had to stick my camera to the window, and of course the pillarless doors, so there's a slight play in the windows, especially when you hang a big camera mount on it. Indicators on the left there, wipers on the right. Just check them. We've also got headlamp wash. Yeah, wipers are all good. As I showed you before, there's power folding door mirrors. Just check the operation works. Yep, door mirrors work too. Brushed aluminium insets to the dash and also the door cards around here and your gear tunnel. so it makes a real nice contrast right the way along the dashboard. Climate control, heated seats, 3-position heated seats, and I can tell you they get really, really toasty. We've got cup holders, not your conventional plonk-in ones, they fold away, so quite nice. And a power socket there, and I suppose an ashtray or oddments bin. The front centre armrest, again there's storage in there. There's also an auxiliary in and USB, and a further charging socket, power socket, whatever you want to call it. It's got the sport seats with the thigh support that you can pull out. It's electric memory seats, so electric adjustment. Let me just see. Yeah, even electric adjustment for forward and backwards. Multifunction steering wheel. Probably, well, you might be able to see cruise control there now, certainly from this camera. I'll show you the operation of that in a short while when we get on the motorway. From the eye control here, you can click there into telephone, also into media. That's just playing an audio book.
It was a gesture. Same with the persuaders. They've demonstrated.
It's good sound through the speakers. Right, just a little thumb wheel on the back of the camera that's vibrating, not the car. Lovely to drive this car, very, very comfortable. Certainly with the hood up, you don't get the scuttle shake that you do with a lot of convertibles. It's a proper hard top with a kind of a preformed roof liner. Real nice alloy wheels, as I say, we've just had them done, and there's no vibrations, there's no tracking issues. Just check the braking in a straight line. Yep, no vibrations there, no pulling all over the road. I think probably the wheels are just the right size for comfort and looking good. I've had one of these before with the bigger wheels on, and it looked great and was okay until you needed to brake, and when you did brake it just took you wherever it wanted. You just used to follow the road tram line. So this is a nice compromise. Pretty quiet again for a convertible. It's no wind noise, very little tyre noise. Really nice driving position. Great steering. This is a pretty shocking road, to be honest. The nav back on, the map. Plenty of power in the engine. The aircon's working extremely well today as well, and my feet are freezing. Just pointing down there, knock that off, turn it up a bit. Very poor surface on this road. So it's got back seats. They aren't the biggest. You could get 2 passengers in if you weren't going too far. I'm in a comfortable position, and you've got that much leg room with my seat all the way back. But I could drive for a distance with it closer, so as long as you're not going to the south of France or anything, you'll be all right. Just give it some gas going onto the motorway and kick it down. Try and time my entry. Don't think I'm going to do it because everybody's accelerating. Here we go, might just do it. Okay. There you go, good turn of speed. Speedo on the left of the instrument cluster, your information display in the centre, rev counter on the right, you've got your 2 paddle shifts here. It is a height and reach adjustable steering wheel, which I forgot to show you. Headlamps here, wipers there, just switch on, not just going a bit too fast there actually. Just get to 70, knock it on. Oof. Okay, just got the cruise on again, and again I've just not timed it right. There we go, just as we're coming into a 50 mile an hour zone, but that's 70 miles an hour. We're in top, and we were just doing over the 2,000 revs mark. Report of obstruction in the carriageway, so certainly on this stretch of motorway it's nice and smooth, and the car's lovely to drive. So even with the hood folded away in the boot, so long as you put your luggage in first and don't wait till after you've put the hood down, because then you only have a gap of about so much to get your luggage in. But if you put your stuff away first, you've got quite a bit. Should be fairly well sought after with it being an automatic. I know lots of people say that they like to drive the car, and I can never understand it, because you get to 30 mile an hour, you're in 5th or 6th gear. So the only time you're changing gear really is when you're stuck in traffic, which is precisely when an automatic comes into its own. Takes all the hassle out of it. You just creep forward, cover the brake, move forward, and no clutch in, handbrake on, and clutch out, move forward. Take it from me, after having driven to Manchester every morning in the rush hour traffic for 18 months, you just wouldn't want a manual. Automatics are just so good these days, especially paddle shift. And I know Jeremy Clarkson doesn't like it, but you just can't beat it. There we go. Down, up. I think it changes gears faster than the driver can think about it. So no need to take your hands off the steering wheel. To be honest, I'm surprised it's not compulsory. Just check the steering going around this roundabout. There we go. I always try and clip the grids. One steering input. Perhaps a couple of minor alterations there. But again, it's a convertible. You're not buying it to be the ultimate sports car. And I've got to say, even though we're coming into winter, it's what, the 1st of October today, it's I think it's probably warm enough to have the hood down. So if you've had a convertible this summer, and apparently we've got lots of good weather still coming towards us, make the most of it. It's probably the best time to buy convertibles coming into winter. As soon as you get the first bank holiday in March with sunny weather, convertibles, they all sell, and the price goes up, supply and demand. Too fast again. Front and rear parking sensors as well, which they come in handy too. The CD radio, there's a switch to knock the parking sensors off. Here we are back at the garage.